Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. Here we are in our new setup. Kind of want to give you guys a little bit of taste of kind of what we got going on. As you guys can see here, we have the yellow bumblebee in the background. What we kind of have going on for you today is that I want to show you all the street scene kit that's available for the 6th Gen Camaro. This car, you wanted to get the kit installed, so we have it here. It's already been painted. So all we're going to really do is kind of show you guys the installation process and everything that kind of goes along with it. We're going to make couple videos, installation videos for you guys, so that way it makes it easy, shows you guys how to do it, exactly what's needed, and we'll go from there. But today we just wanted to show you guys the new setup we have going on here. Kind of show you guys around. We did some work to the shop, got everything kind of cleaned up real nice and pretty for you guys. Hopefully kind of everything kind of comes out a little bit better. But that's what we have going on today. And let's see here. So like I said, this car is going to get the street scene kit. I want to talk a little bit about it. We always get a lot of questions about it. How does it mount? What's it like when it's painted? Does it come painted already? So here's everything. Here we'll kind of go over here.
First, I want to thank Jack and Angela for allowing us to use their car.
Yes. Yeah, and for anybody that doesn't know, some guys might think, hey, this car looks familiar. Well, this car's a little famous. For the guys that don't know, this car's a little famous. To kind of give you a little bit of background on it. As you guys can see, it's got the Edelbrock supercharger on it. Okay. Now this was the car that was used to film All Girls Garage. How do I have a little bit of proof of that? Well, there's their autographs. We sent them a set of plates, and they got them autographed for them, and they got them put on, so they look really great. Kind of finish everything off. But yes, this was the car that we used for All Girls Garage to film the installation of the Edelbrock supercharger. It was also the car that Borla had originally to design their exhaust systems, which this car is equipped with the Borla headers, the Borla attack catback, everything. NPP system, it's basically got the full setup, all Borla from the headers all the way back. Very loud car. Very loud car, we'll let y'all know that. But it's a fun ride. They're members of the H-Town Club, as you guys can see. And we hang out with them once in a while when we go to shows and everything. Great people. Thanks for letting us use their car. And we'll get back to talking about the street.
Hey Jay, how you doing today, man? Carlos, what's going on, guys? Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for tuning in.
So here we are, Ricardo, with the street scene side skirts and the rear deflectors. But tell us a little bit about them, man. I know we've showed them to before.
Yes.
But
We've had them on the show before. I think we've had the splitter on the show before. These are the side rockers. A lot of guys are like, what's the material made out of? Is it easy to paint? Kind of a little bit of information. How does it mount? Stuff like that. So like we said, these are the side rockers. Now they're made out of the same material as the splitter, so they are going to be a little flexible.
Let's flip them over and look at the bottom side of them.
So this is what the bottom side looks like. So it's got the little groove here.
So you can see it's a urethane.
Mm-hmm.
These are painted gloss black.
Right, these are painted gloss black. And as you guys can kind of see here, some guys are like, well, does it come with double-sided tape? Does it use screws? Here's kind of the red to show you guys that this is the wax paper for the double-sided tape, and it follows this entire line all the way here. So Street Scene does a combination of double-sided tape and screws. Now the screws, they provide you the screws. The screws are basically mounted in certain locations. So like there's a couple locations, you'll see a couple holes. That's where the screws are mounted. So then once you kind of got everything lined up, you stick it in place, you put the screws on, tighten it down, and you're virtually done there. So sometimes the hardest part is probably finding a painter that's willing to paint them or give you a good deal on as far as paint. Other than that, like Jason said, the finish they come in is urethane, so that's kind of what they'll look like when you all get them. This is what they look like if they're painted black. Kind of go from there. But those are the side skirts. And with the side skirt kit comes these rear spats. Now these rear spats, they're made out of the same material, and obviously these are painted, and they mount a similar way. There's a double-sided tape here. That wax paper will pull out and stick it in place along with a couple of screws. Now these, some guys, will this fit my V6? Will it fit my 1SS? What model does it fit? Well, these rear spats only work with the dual mode exhaust. So we'll kind of show you back here. So if you guys have the dual mode exhaust, the diffuser is actually a little bit larger on the dual mode cars. So then this is going to sit virtually just right there. Give it a nice little extension. So it's going to sit right there, give it a nice little extension, an extra little winglet here, so it kind of gives it, you know, a little aerodynamic kind of look to it. So like I said, it only works with the dual mode exhaust cars. It's not going to work with the single tip cars. Can you make your car a dual mode exhaust car with the larger diffuser? Yes, you can. And then at that point, this would work. But just to kind of give you guys some insight on it, it only works with dual mode exhaust cars or the quad tip cars. Single tip cars, it's not going to work, unfortunately. So you will need a rear diffuser if you plan on doing that. So that's the side skirts and the rear spats. That can be a kit on its own, or you can get the full kit, which the full kit basically consists of adding the front splitter. So like the front splitter here, obviously we had it painted black as well. If not, comes in the same finish, same urethane material. So everything's virtually the same as far as how they're made and what material is used. Now mounting is the same way. It's going to use double-sided tape right along this backside here. Now it's painted over, but you can see a little bit red there. Painted over, but once we pull that wax paper off, all that paint's going to pull right up, stick it in place, and then you're going to use the factory bolts. A couple holes here. You can use the factory bolts and put those back in place. Then once you got everything cleaned, you got everything done, stick it in place, put the bolts in, you're done. So installation on something like that's actually very easy, very simple to do. You know, and one other thing that we're going to do for this car that we also want to show you is we get some questions on it, is the rear spoiler. Now this is a GM rear spoiler for the ZL1. Now this is something else we're also going to use. We're also going to do an install on this same car. So this same car is kind of getting black accents all over the place to kind of accent right off that yellow. But this is a ZL1 fuser. It's going to mount right in the factory SS location. So if your car already has the diffuser with the high-rise diffuser, it already has that, then this is going to mount right back in the same location. If you got a V6 that has the smaller spoiler, I want to call it, you're going to have a couple extra holes that you might have to patch up and fill in case you guys want this option. But those are kind of the differences between the two trunks, the deck lids, and go from there. And so as you guys can see also, the new setup, still kind of working on everything. Got a TV here, so that way when we film some videos, we can have some videos and stuff pop up. Maybe during our live shows too, we'll hook up a computer to it, pull up product as we're talking to you guys, and go from there. But this is the shop. This is set up. Still a little bit of work we're going to do to it, but essentially it kind of looks all the same. All the shelves and everything are all stacked with product in case you guys are always wondering. We kind of post as much as we can to let you guys know. We got the Phastek 1.5 springs. We still get questions on, are those available? Right here, right behind me. As you can see, we got a couple pallets full of them. So they are ready to go, guys. QTP exhaust systems, the cutouts. A lot of guys have been asking for them. We finally got them in for the 6th gen. They are right here, along with the turn downs and the remotes that we also have. You know, obviously headers for the 5th gen Camaro. We got the V6 intakes for the 6th gen Camaro. We get all this stuff kind of lined out right here, as you guys can see, and there's a bunch more product that we have also in the back and upstairs. So just kind of give you guys a little insight as far as what we have going on here. So like I said, we'll go ahead and get going on this car later on today. We are going to be filming some videos so we can load up to YouTube. In case you guys are subscribed to us, go ahead and go click that subscribe button on YouTube, and we'll be checking out those videos here pretty soon. But like I said, the new setup we have here, we'll be sure to film a lot more, have a lot more things going on for you guys. Picture quality is going to get better, videos are going to get better. So we're really kind of, you know, looking to turn everything up for you guys. Let's see here.
Let's talk about so we've discussed what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting the new street scene front splitter on it. Hey Luke, what's going on, buddy? Dwayne, how are you? Angela, and obviously, like Ricardo said, we're going to be putting these side skirts on. Yes. Let's talk about what we did yesterday. What we did. Yesterday we installed the GM Performance front grille for the SS. Okay, people have asked questions about it. We've got them listed on the website, I think now.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, they're coming up. But what we did is, Ricardo, grab that factory one over. Let's show people the difference between what comes on there and what we put on there.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now this doesn't come in yellow. You'll notice that it has these accents here. These were painted by the customer, had these painted, and to me they turned out great. They look good in there. That's what was on there before.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what was on there before. That's what's on there now. Much more aggressive look. Some questions that people might ask is, what's the difference in them? Obviously, the honeycomb is a lot bigger. There's a gap that goes all the way across here. Mm-hmm. The accent trims.
That's kind of one of the main things that people see and notice are the accent trims.
Now it's going to come with that SS emblem, guys. There's actually a place to sit. Okay, we're back. I think we lost you there for a second. But there's this SS emblem that's going to come on there standard. Mm-hmm. There's a place that sits there.
Yeah, there's a little plate back here. I don't know if you guys can really see it too well, but there is a little plate back here that unfortunately doesn't bolt down or anything. It's molded into that grill.
Yeah, so that's something we did yesterday. What a big difference, guys. I mean, you look at it from here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you kind of go from
that
to that, you know?
You go from that. And on our Camaro, our white Camaro, we're going to do an install video and show you exactly how to install it. We wanted to put it on this car here first and then just get an idea of what it's going to take to put it on. Yeah. But it turned out great. That's a great looking front grill.
To give you guys a little bit of idea of as far as what has to happen to put this grill on, well, you got to take the entire front bumper off. There's obviously a bunch of screws up here that you have to take off, some pop rivets, and some other stuff behind the fender liner and all that. So you kind of have to reach up here, a couple bolts, reaching up here. The entire bottom half has to be unbolted. So there's probably, if I had to say, that's probably about 35, 40 bolts that you actually need to take off. And then just one wiring harness. Wiring harness is fairly easy to get to. It's over here on the driver's side. So just to kind of give you guys an idea as far as what needs to be done, something like that needs to be done. Really, how long did it take us, Jason? Maybe about 30 minutes?
Really,
entire exchange?
It took, what was the hardest part was probably, the longest part was being careful taking the wheels off. That was
probably the hardest part.
That was the hardest part was actually taking the wheels off and pulling the lugs out and making sure that you're not going to scratch anything. But that was that's probably what took the longest for us, guys.
These are the MRR wheels, the 1LE replicas. So I mean, we didn't want to kind of scratch them. We didn't want anything to damage to them. So we kind of took our time with taking those off. But that, like you said, that was the hardest part as far as what to do. Yeah. So other than that, I mean, the grill went on fairly easy. Really easy. It went really easy. I was surprised on how easy it was going to be putting it on. When we took the bumper off, we obviously, taking the wheels off, you had to get up in here. There's some screws up in here. I don't know if you can get down there and look at them, but you're going to have a bunch in there to take off. About 4 per side. Yeah. I think 7 per side. Yeah, 7 per side. And then the other ones across the bottom. And it came off fairly easy. Like I said, we'll shoot a video on probably here in the next couple of weeks on how to actually do the install step by step with the tools and so on and so forth. Yeah. That way you get an idea what it is. I do know we do have one coming for our car already. It's just a matter of by the time we get it. So hopefully we'll have that here pretty soon. And we'll get rolling on that. Ricardo. Can you hear Ricardo now? You hear me now? Should have switched providers. How about Dak? Can you hear Ricardo now? How about that? Are we good there? Look forward to it. Thanks, Jay. All right, cool. Cool deal. Yeah, so for any guys that have done a Heritage grill on a 5th gen, is what I kind of like to refer to it as, it's about as difficult as that. From some of you guys that have gone from a 5th gen to a 6th gen, it's really about that difficult, really not that hard. Bumper removal, you're looking at maybe 15, 20 minutes. Swapping out the grill, another 10 minutes. So realistically, 30, 45 minutes and you're done. A nice Sunday job for you guys that, kind of do-it-yourselfers. A nice Sunday job for you guys to wake up and go ahead and out there in the cool morning and take care of it from there. So really something that easy. Esteban, how about now? Are we still? Is our volume getting any better? He says Esteban says whenever we go live, our volume goes low. Does it? Yeah, very well could. So look, we talked about this car here. Yes. These are our new 1.5 drop springs. We've been waiting to get these for a long time. We just got them back from the manufacturer, and they are in stock like we showed you. That's exactly what they're going to look like. That's the rear, that's the front. A lot of people ask, what the difference was. Let me tell you what we did different on these springs than what we had before, okay? If you look at this spring here, if you look right here where this coils,
before it would coil, it would follow this coil here. What we did is we had this tucked in, so that way it fits the shock a lot tighter.
Yeah, that top mount.
Yeah, that was some of the people's concerns. Yeah. I mean, we've had them on our car, we've had them on other cars without any issues. But if that was the concern, we went ahead and we took care of it. We fixed it. We are now our own manufacturer of these springs. And just to let you know, guys, these springs, these are made in America, guys. These are U.S. springs right here. There's nothing Chinese, nothing European about these right here. All right, right here in good old USA.
Yes, made. And like you said, this is the front, this is the rear. We got a lot of guys that ask, what's the front, what's rear? Rear, front.
Yeah, right there.
So just to let you guys know.
We've had plenty. I mean, granted, this is different from the 6th gen it is to the 5th gen.
Definitely.
We've definitely run into people with the 5th gen installing backwards. I think we talked about that like last week or the week before. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
I think we had a customer that emailed about it, and you know, I mean, we knew exactly what happened as soon as we saw his pictures. Yeah. So as soon as we saw those pictures, we knew exactly what happened. Told him, hey man, swap those springs out, and he's been good since then. So something to kind of look out for you 5th gen guys. That's really kind of where you run into it.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna throw a good little throw out to Rotofab here, guys.
Oh yeah.
They're great. This is part of their introduction that we run on the 6th gen.
Let's touch on Rotofab a little bit.
Yes.
To give you guys another update on this car. This car will be back once we have a Rotofab intake for it.
Yes.
Yes, I said that right. Rotofab, for you Edelbrock guys, Rotofab finished their cold air intake for the 6th gen Camaro.
For the Edelbrock.
For the Edelbrock system. Okay, so something to kind of think about, you guys that have the system already. An intake will be out very soon. I know there's been some guys that have modified an intake already to make it fit, but a full-on bolt-in intake will be available here in the next couple weeks. And like I said, we do have one on its way for this car. So hopefully pretty soon we'll have that video lined out and pictures also as well for you guys.
This car's got a lot of mods. It's you know, they've done the Borla headers. Let me see if I can get a shot down there.
You can get a shot right
show you the Borla headers. That a little tight in there. That's the Borla headers. They're going to go right directly into the cat back.
Yeah. I want to say if you want to raise the car, we can raise the car.
Let's raise the car. Let's take a look at it.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the entire Borla system. So excuse the noise here real quick, guys.
Go ahead.
So here it is, guys. The entire Borla system for the 6th gen Camaro. Now, as Jason was saying, that those are the headers. I want to say they're 1 3/4, I believe.
Yeah, these are 1 3/4 from Borla.
Yeah, 1 3/4, and they lead to the 3-inch collector, which obviously starts there. I want to say it's a little different from their catback system. Their catback system does bolt to the factory manifolds, which has 2 different connections. So when you get these headers, let's say you already have a Borla exhaust system. Well, when you get these headers, it comes with these pipes, so that way you can make the connection at this point over here. So like we said earlier, Jack and Angela, they had this car over at Borla, and they had the exhaust, the catback done first before the headers were done. I want to say the headers, they were probably installed a couple months ago on the car. So can you get a full entire Borla system that's going to bolt on? Yes, you can. And like we said, this is the entire 3-inch Borla system. Kind of goes into an X pipe here, comes on back, and then into the Borla Attack mufflers. Now, what's the difference between the Attack and the S-type? It's just the muffler design is really all that's different. The S-type's a little tamer as compared to the Attack, which is going to be a little bit louder. Now, this car is a manual transmission car, so it doesn't have, if you guys, automatic guys noticed, it does not have the AFM valves, which usually sit right about right here. Okay. Now, what it does have the flap for the to retain the factory NPP, so or the dual mode system. So that flap is functional. It does work with the factory system. But that's the entire Borla 3-inch system right here, from headers all the way back. all the way back to the tips.
Very nice, man. So, you know, here's the thing. This car, this is what it's going to look like with, I think it has over, I think it's got over 10,000 miles on it now.
Yeah, I think it's got 10,000 miles.
Yeah, so this car has over 10,000 miles, and this exhaust has just as many miles as the car does. So that kind of gives you an idea right there of, you know, that's what it's going to look like. And this is an everyday driver, guys.
Yeah, it's her daily car.
This is her daily.
You know, that's what's very interesting about it. Is she dailies the car, and like I said, it's loud and she likes it.
Yeah.
So it's a fun car.
It kind of gives you an idea what you're going to get. That's the Borla. Now, I want to thank Angela again for 16,000 miles. She said it has 16,000 miles.
That's a lot
she
more
is watching.
Yeah, there she goes. Hey, you know, got to make sure nothing's wrong with your car, right?
Right.
You know, like we said, guys, going back to the street scene splitter, Jason, if you kind of
let's go
grab
ahead.
this. These are the bolts that hold the street scene splitter on. You know, those bolts, the double-sided tape about right here. Like I said, we're going to clean the surface and we're going to stick it in, and you're virtually done with the splitter install at that point. And like we were talking about the bumper removal, same bolts have to come out to remove the bumper. So kind of give you guys a little bit of insight as far as what's going on, what you have to do. But we got that going on, guys. And let's see here. What else do we have going on with this car?
That's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, like I said, we're going to do the street scenes. We're going to do the front splitter. We're going to do the side skirts.
Yeah.
We put the grill in yesterday.
Right.
After that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to install this ZL1 deck spoiler right here. Yeah. And it's going to be on its way. After that, we have another car that's going to roll in here, which we'll be doing a video on. It's going to be a ZL1 that we'll be doing a stainless works exhaust, I do believe, on.
Yes. Yeah. We will.
That we're going to have to figure out how to adapt to the cook's headers, though.
Yes. It's going to be a 17 ZL1 manual transmission. It's actually the first one we lowered. Actually, so the same car that we posted a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, that we lowered it. It's that same car. He's got some other work done to it. I want to say right now he's got cam, pulley, and a bunch of stuff done to it. So right now he's got a little bit of modifications. He's got the headers, the cook's headers also on the car. So what we're going to have to try and figure out ourselves is how to adapt the stainless works system to the cook's headers. So that's going to be pretty interesting to figure out and find out what we got to do so we can let you guys know. Because some guys that want to keep the NPP function, Cooks doesn't do it. Everybody else, you know, a lot of other guys don't do it. So Stainless Works did it. He likes the Stainless Works exhaust. He wanted to keep that function, so we went with that one, and we'll figure it out so that way we can have some information for you guys and let you all know what needs to be done. We'll go from there.
So that's about it for today, guys, for what we have, what we're doing today in the shop. Kind of give you an idea. Let's, what are we giving away today?
We're giving away today? Let's see, what do we got to give away? What can we give away? We've been so concentrated on getting this done, giving something away, kind of been, you know, who knows? Let's see, what can we give away? What do we have we can give away? Huh. What are you thinking?
Let's do we have any more of the 50 shirts?
No, we don't, unfortunately.
No, we don't. So we're out of the 50 shirts. Let's do a Phastek shirt.
Okay. This in the back.
And let's do a hat.
Okay.
And let's do Know the Show.
Okay.
All right.
Know the Show.
Let's do Know the Show. Know the Show today is going to be whose air induction is hanging on the wall.
Oh.
Whose air induction we got hanging on the wall over here?
That should be pretty quick. That should be pretty quick because a lot of guys like that one. A lot of guys know what it is. I don't know. Let's see.
Is that a hard one?
Is that a hard one?
Is that a hard one, guys? Come on. Whose air induction is hanging on the wall?
Cold air inductions. You get a T-shirt, hat. Come on, guys. So
Angela, you got to let somebody else win. Dak, you got to let somebody else win, too.
I believe you guys have a couple of shirts already. You know, so come on.
Angela won. Angela gets another shirt, another hat. I guess. Let me look through the comments. Sometimes these comments
don't pop up.
It'll pop up, and it didn't come in first.
Time.
But
you know, even when we're going back, guys, just kind of leave you guys a little insight. Even when we're going back through the comments, I don't know what it looks like on y'all's end, but on our end, they are jumbled all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at a timestamp that's on them, they're just all over the place. So it's kind of difficult to go back through everything.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is after we end the video, we're going to go through it and we're going to have to review exactly who won. You'll be able to see as well who won because sometimes in the comments they pop up different. But shout out to Rotofab. They've done a real good job as well with their cold air induction for the 6-gen as well as they have the 5th-gen.
Definitely.
I want to say thanks to those guys.
Definitely.
Like I said, we'll run through the comments here in a little while, and you'll be able to see as well who's actually the true winner. But we will shoot that out there to the winner, and I want to thank everybody again today for hanging out with us, checking out Jack and Angela's B2.0. Been throwing on these side skirts, been throwing on this front splitter, doing the grill yesterday.
Stay tuned. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on here in the next couple months.
All right, guys.
All right.
See y'all next week.